Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Levy with Joshua Levy Talks number 13, Yes and Team Building. I am Joshua Levy, the Executive Director for Joshua Stage, a nonprofit organization here in Austin, Texas, focusing on special needs individuals with activities like theater arts and improv, arts and crafts, music, dance, creative story, and showcase with programs such as after school summer camps, theater arts and more, and individual enrichment programs. I'm also the director of programs for Variety of Texas, a fabulous nonprofit organization here in the Central Texas area with a flagship camp known as Peaceable Kingdom that provides wonderful, amazing enrichment programs for special needs children, families, and other folks throughout the Central Texas area. Great place to be. Variety of Texas also reaches out to schools in the area and other organizations to conduct programs on site. So fantastic opportunities. I'm also the proud author of the Creative Outlet Method at-home activities for children with special needs, a fantastic, valuable resource for parents of special needs children and educators who have neurodiverse kiddos in their classroom. It's chock full of over 30 activities specializing in theater arts and improv with step-by-step instructions that you can easily utilize in your home or in your classroom. So check that out. Definitely worth looking into. So today I'm going to be talking about yes and team building. That's something that I do as Joshua Levy Consulting or Joshua Levy Educational Consulting. I am also the president of that. And what I do is I come to your organization, to your team, could be a board of directors, your staff, so on and so forth. Could be a small group, could be a very large group. It's about an hour. So the yes and team building entails improv. We start pretty small at the lower level with a gratitude activity, and not lower in terms of intellect or anything like that, but in terms of just starting smaller paced. It's a gratitude activity, takes about 5 minutes as I'm welcoming everyone and gives a chance for a little bit of solitude before we start hitting it strong with that improv, where I reach out to folks in your organization. Usually we're standing up in a circle, or we could be sitting, but standing is always fun. Sitting is fine. And it's just a lot of movement. It's a lot of coming up in our performance space, much like I do with Joshua Stage for the awesome improv activities there. It's not much different, utilizing the awesomeness of the creative outlet method with your team in real time, going through the motions of the improv, allowing your team members to have the opportunity to build, maintain, develop trust with each other so that when work life situations happen outside of the workshop, your team has that trust and connection to move forward with projects, achieve deadlines, ultimately addressing that bottom line and making a success and winning situation for whatever it is your company, your organization, your team is striving to succeed at. So I come for about an hour and it's a lot of fun. Folks are laughing. There's oftentimes that buildup. As I mentioned, we start small with the gratitude activity, and by the end of it, everyone is rolling on the floor, in some cases laughing hysterically, with the creative story activity that I've put together for that workshop. Just like we do, like I said earlier, Joshua's Stage, it's a little bit different the way we do it, or the way I do it at the Yes and team building, but it's a lot of fun and everyone has a great time. It's called Yes and because Yes and is an improv game where there's two people performing. We give them a relationship, pretending that they know each other in some shape or form. And then we give them a problem or a conflict that they have to work through in the scene. And the way the game works is the first two words you have to say before you say absolutely anything is yes and then the other person says yes and as well before they say anything. And if anybody in the scene does not say yes and, we buzz them out. And you are out of there, and they come off and somebody else comes in and takes their spot. The idea behind yes and, it's a very common improv skill set, which is very wonderful to have in a workplace, and that's commitment. So you want to build that commitment, beef up that trust with your team members by saying yes and. You're affirming what you're hearing, kind of almost no matter what it is. Even if we don't agree with it in that moment. So it's also a great way for thinking of conflict. So if we can kind of get in that mindset as team members of yes, and I hear what you're saying, yes, and I see it differently. So in that yes, and there's no you, yes, and you stink, yes, and your idea is awful. It's yes, and I. And so having that improv mindset of a yes and team building puts all of us as team members in that positive mindset to want to work with each other, to want to excel, and again, achieve that common goal of whatever our organization, our company is striving to, achieve by the end of the day. Whether we're selling goods, products, or services, whatever the case may be, we've got that goal in mind. And this Yes and Workshop is a really great way to help us in those opportunities. So I come on for an hour, give or take a few minutes here and there, but it's about an hour, and the proceeds go towards Joshua's stage. It's a fantastic, fun opportunity. I hope you check it out. You can contact me in all the different contact channels, Facebook, email, Instagram, so on and so forth. Check it out for the Yes and team building, and it's a lot of fun. I really love doing these and look forward to doing one with you. So thanks for tuning in to Joshua Levy Talks, the Yes and Team Building today. Again, I'm the proud author of the Creative Outlet Method at-home activities for children with special needs. Check it out at Barnes & Noble. Check it out at your favorite local independent bookstore. Support those folks. And of course, it's on Amazon. So get your copy today. It's a great resource for parents and educators. Looking forward to seeing you next time on another Joshua Levy Talks.